Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Well, in today's video I actually have not such great news. It has nothing to do with the BMW. She's still fine, works like it should, but she actually put me a little bit in trouble. Long story short, I'll explain the full story immediately, but the cops took my driver's license for 15 days without any reason. They just straight up lied what they claimed they saw, and they took my driver's license for 15 days, and I just can't drive until the 5th of September. That's why the video that I actually planned last week and didn't go through because of the ban, because I got caught up Saturday evening, and I want to shoot a video this Sunday, and then I had to work, and I still can't drive for another 10 days, so I literally had nothing to shoot. But then I realized it was actually more than 2 weeks since I uploaded, so I was like, you know what, I'll explain the little story, because I actually told something on Instagram about it. So if you don't follow my Instagram yet and you want to have a little bit more like short videos or things that I do privately a little bit more with the car, follow me on Instagram. It's basically just called Bimmer Belgium, exactly the same name as the channel. But yeah, what did happen? Well, so I was coming back from a car meeting this Saturday from the crew, and I was going back, and I was basically passing my home, and it was around 6 p.m. And I felt like actually I want to get something to eat because I feel a little bit hungry. So I wanted to go to a fast food place where they serve very good pizza, but they were closed. So and I didn't know that, so I drove to the center of my town to go to that place. I saw it was closed, and I was like, I'll get something at home. And I drove back, and when I drove back, I actually crossed cops. So here in Belgium and also in Netherlands and Germany, I think most of Western Europe have those cars, but they have like a Volkswagen van that is rebuilt into the little gay built that all cops drive. So yeah, I mean that I crossed one of them, and we have some company. Hello. So I crossed one of them, and I just looked at them. They looked at me, and that was it for me. I wasn't playing with my phone. I wasn't doing anything illegal. I wasn't speeding. I was just driving in a straight line, and so I saw them, and I just drove at 50 kilometers an hour, and I didn't think they were going to go behind me, because like I said, I wasn't doing anything illegal. But they made a U-turn behind my back, and I didn't notice that. But the thing was, there were like 5-6 cars behind me, and there were like 5-6 cars behind them. So it actually took them a little while to make the U-turn, while I was just going at 50 kilometers an hour. And when I was driving 50 kilometers an hour, in front of me there was a car, and I was actually catching up with him pretty quickly. I think he was doing barely 40. So what I did, I downshifted from 5th gear to 3rd gear, and my RPMs rise a little bit, and I give a little bit of extra throttle. So my speed climbs up to around a good 60-ish, 65. I'm not exactly sure, but around a good 60 kilometers an hour. So I know I was driving too fast there, but nothing drastically, just a little bit. And the cops were turned at that point, but they were like I said, like 100 meters behind me. So I actually passed that car, and it was in front of a corner, but the thing is, it was a very small corner, and you could see perfectly into the corner that there were no cars coming. So I overtook the cars, one car, and then at the end I went to the right. And what did the cops saw? That I was overtaking a car in the corner while there was a white line, and a white line in Belgium means that you can't overtake. But that's what they saw. But I didn't do that, And they also thought that I was running away from them, but while I was just accelerating a little bit to overtake someone. But they claimed that I was, running away from them because especially saw the U-turn. They already had their hazard lights on, they claimed, but like I said, I didn't look in my mirrors and I didn't saw them, so I just didn't know they were behind me. And then I took a 90-degree turn to the right, and then there was like it was a little bit smaller there, and in like 20 meters after I took another turn to the right, so the cops couldn't see me, and I went from a 50 zone to a 70 kilometers an hour zone, and then in second gear I actually floored it till around a good 90 kilometers an hour, and then put my car into 6th gear and I was just driving. But yeah, I accelerated quite hard to 90 kilometers an hour, but that was it. But the cops couldn't see me back then. I was just driving 90 kilometers an hour because there was no traffic in front of me. I was moving at a very decent rate, but they had traffic in front of them, and they couldn't make a U-turn very quickly after me, so they actually had they had some trouble keeping up with me while I didn't even know they were behind me. And there was a longer stretch of road, and I was going to the end of that long stretch of road when I saw them behind me, from far away, with their hazard lights on, and I was like, with the sirens on. I don't think hazard lights is the right word, but with the blue lights, the gay lights, and I was like, wouldn't that be for me? I mean, weird. And I just drove because there were some cars in front of me, so I lowered my speed to 70 kilometers an hour, and those cops just they overtook me, so I was like, fine, it's not for me. And then suddenly they stopped, and they went like this, and boom, they stopped in front of me in a corner, very dangerous place. And they were, are you crazy, you're driving like a maniac, blah blah blah. They were very aggressive, they were very unprofessional, and they were just acting as if I was a criminal. And I just was like, what the heck is your guys' problem? What the heck is the problem? I didn't know what was happening. And they said, we're going to call to I don't know how you say it in English, but it's some higher guy, and they falsely claimed that I overtook cars in corners and that I was driving like a maniac to a little center with a lot of people. I mean, crazy, which I wasn't doing. Like I said, I had a sportive driving style, and I was just going quickly and maybe doing 10-20 kilometers over in some places, but that was basically it. I didn't do anything more. So yeah, that was what happened. And the guy, they called her, they said, yeah, took his driver's license for 15 days, he's a very dangerous person, blah 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 blah. And yeah, I mean, there was a big discussion because I just lost my shit. I was ready. If I had a gun, I'd shot them. Okay, I was that mad. I mean, they just took my driver's license for absolutely nothing. I didn't do anything. They claimed I did. And then I said, you guys are idiots, you are not telling the truth. And then they told me, no, you are the idiot, that you don't see that your driving is dangerous, blah blah blah. I mean, cops like that, they don't deserve to be cops. That's just my opinion. They ruin it for other cops that are doing their job great. But cops like that, I mean, my opinion, cops like that need to be fired. Best part is, I actually did a little post on Instagram about them, and one of them sent me a private message. Maybe he's watching this video. If you are, in this case, this one is for you. But yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous that they can take my driver's license with just straight up lying. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's just straight up ridiculous. And of course, I'm not going to keep it at this, and because I have to probably go to court, and they can take my driver's license away for even longer and give me a big ticket, and they may even take my driver's license, that I have to do all those tests again, which I'm definitely not planning on doing. But so I am putting I am basically writing to a lot of high people that what happened, so that I hopefully do not get dragged to court. But yeah, I mean, basically the cops, they just play a dirty game. They saw a young guy in a BMW, and the fun part is, so in my town there is a little Facebook group, but there are around 10,000 people in that group, and you know, I have a lot of tuning friends here from my town, and the cops here where I live are just straight up dickheads. And you know, and I write that sometimes in the group, and apparently some cops read that, they remember my name, they remember my car, and now they found it fun to make my life as miserably as possible. And I think if you do that because of some Facebook posts, that you just completely fail as a cop. But yeah, anyway, my rant to the cops is over. What does this mean? Well, not that much. Basically, I mean, I will still get the M140i. I mean, it would be better because they will probably have a look at this car, and this car, you know, it attracts cops, and they know how it looks. But if I get an M140i that's different, then I may have a little bit more luck, because they don't know me, and I'm blocking all cops that I find on Facebook from my town. But yeah, it's a little shit thing that happened to me, unfortunately. Shit happens, I guess. But you know, this is not over yet. We are going to try everything to not go to court, or at least win court, so that I don't lose my driver's license and don't have to pay a big ticket. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, this is what happened, and this is why you won't see me driving the car for another like 2 weeks probably. I mean, I get it back the 5th of September, but yeah. So yeah, shit happens. So yeah, that's a little story that I want to tell you guys. Like I said, we're not going to drive. I mean, I only drove from here. That's private property, so I can. But yeah, guys, that's basically it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I mean, it's shitty news, but shit happens, I guess. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.